The first night I tried the zero gravity preset, my lower back let go in about 10 minutes and I drifted off faster than I have in ages. This is the adjustable 2-twin extra long bed base split king that made my bedroom feel more like a quiet recovery space than just a place to crash. At its core, this is an adjustable bed base system. Two independent twin extra long platforms sit side by side to create a split king. It fits people who want control over their sleep position, especially if you read in bed, deal with occasional snoring, or you and your partner prefer different angles. If you sit at a desk all day and carry that stiffness into the night, or you just want a way to unwind without extra gadgets, this is built for that kind of lifestyle. The design is very much about function. The frame feels sturdy with a kind of industrial look that disappears once the bedding is on, but it is not a showpiece on its own. The twin extra long layout matters in daily use. Each side moves independently, so my adjustments do not jolt the other side. There is a mattress retainer bar at the foot that keeps things anchored when you raise the head or the legs. The motors live under the deck and you hear a soft hum when it moves, not a grind. I care more about movement and stability than cosmetics, and this checks that box. When I sit on the edge, the frame does not flex in a weird way. When I lean back, the lift feels steady and controlled. If you have a thicker mattress, the hinge points still find a natural shape. With a firmer mattress, the curves are a little more subtle, but the support shift is still there. Setup was easier than I expected, but the boxes are heavy. I needed a second person to get them upstairs without scuffing the walls. Once they were in the room, the process was straightforward. Screw in the legs, flip the base, attach the mattress retainer bar, plug in power, and pair the remote. On my timeline, it took a little under an hour to get both sides built and running at a casual pace. The remotes came paired, but I did repair one side so I could try sync mode, where one remote moves both bases together. That worked, but I mostly used them independently. The remote is dense. There are dedicated buttons for head up, head down, foot down, massage on and off with 3 speeds, and presets for zero gravity, anti-snore, and 2 memory slots. The first night I did push the wrong button a few times in the dark. After a couple of evenings, muscle memory kicked in and I stopped fumbling. On responsiveness, there is a calm ramp-up when you press a button and a smooth stop when you release it. I timed it out of curiosity. Going from flat to my usual reading angle took around 10 seconds. It is not instant, but it is quick enough that I never felt stuck waiting. Noise is low. You can hear the motor if the room is silent, but it is a soft whir that blends into the background. The massage is a different kind of sound. It is a buzz rather than a hum, and on the highest speed I could feel vibrations carry a bit through the frame. If you live in a very quiet space, the lower speed setting is the sweet spot. It still relaxes your legs and shoulders without calling attention to itself. Performance-wise, the zero gravity preset is the headline. It tilts your body so your knees come up, your head lifts a bit, and the weight spreads out. The first time I sank into that position, the pressure in my lumbar area eased within minutes. When I hold that posture, I notice less fidgeting. I'm not claiming medical miracles here. Just a clear, repeatable difference in how my back feels when I get up the next morning. Head and foot incline give real control. For late-night reading, a gentle head lift takes the strain off my neck so I can hold the book without hunching. When I want to watch a show, I go a bit higher on the head and give the feet a small raise to stabilize my hips. The massage with 3 speeds surprised me most on the lowest setting. It is not a deep tissue massage. Think of it as a steady vibration that coaxes your muscles to settle down. After a long day at a desk, 10 minutes on low loosens my calves and takes the edge off my shoulders. I did not use the highest speed much. It is strong, but a little loud for my taste right before sleep. I tested it across a handful of real nights. One evening I came home after a long drive with that dull ache in the lower back. I set the bed to zero gravity, turned on the low massage, and let it run while I scrolled through a few pages on my phone. By the time the massage timed out, the ache had faded, and I did not feel the need to shift around to find a better spot. Another night I used the anti-snore preset. It gives a modest head lift that opens the airway without feeling like you are sleeping upright. I do not snore heavily, but I do get congested sometimes. With that preset, my breathing felt easier, and I stayed asleep instead of waking myself up trying to clear my nose. On a weekend morning, I saved a custom memory for lounging. A little head, a little foot, back supported, knees relaxed. I hit that memory, sipped coffee, and read for almost an hour without the tingling in my legs that I usually get when I prop up pillows. As a couple, the split design is both the benefit and the challenge. My side can go up to read, and the other side can stay flat for sleep. Motion transfer is minimal with 2 mattresses, which is what we use. If you run a single king mattress across both bases, you will still feel a little shear when one side moves and the other does not. You also need to talk through preferences. The first week felt like a learning curve. I was tempted to run every preset, bump the speed, adjust every few minutes. That is not exactly peaceful for the person next to you. We ended up agreeing on a quiet window near bedtime where we set our positions once and then stopped tinkering. That made a big difference. Over multiple nights, a few patterns stood out. The memory buttons are worth the time to set. I saved 2 positions. One is a reading angle. One is a wind down angle with a slight foot lift that seems to cue my body that it is sleep time. The bed reliably hits the exact angle every night. The massage feature is something I used more than I expected in short bursts. 5 to 10 minutes on low before sleep works better for me than a long session. The anti-snore preset is a simple fix when I have a cold or after a heavy meal. I prefer that to stacking pillows. Stability also deserves a mention. Even with the head raised high, the base does not wobble when I reach for a glass on the nightstand. That matters when you are half asleep. There are a few drawbacks you should know. The aesthetic is utilitarian. If you want the base to look like a piece of furniture, you will need a frame around it. The remote is busy. If you hate buttons, you will need a day or 2 to get comfortable. On the highest massage speed, the vibration can travel through the floor if you live in an older building. That is one reason I stayed with low most of the time. The last thing is bedding. With a split setup and 2 twin extra long mattresses, fitted sheets occasionally creep a bit when you lift the feet. Deep pocket sheets help, but you will still adjust them now and then. My favorite use case is unwinding after a long computer day. I come into the room, set the 0 gravity preset, start a low massage for 10 minutes and breathe. I can feel my shoulders slide down and my spine lengthen. After that, I tap my wind down memory and let the room get quiet. On weekends, I take it in the other direction. Head up for reading, feet raised just enough to keep my lower back happy, and I do not realize how long I have been there until I notice the coffee is cold. A few smart touches add up. The 0 gravity and anti-snore presets are practical and get me to a helpful position without guesswork. The 2 memory slots let me personalize it to the exact angles that work for my body. The ability to control each side independently means I do not have to compromise late at night. And if we want to watch a movie together, I can sync both sides and move as one. Overall, this adjustable 2 twin extra long bed base split king feels like a tool for sleep and relaxation, not a gadget to show off. It has improved how I wind down, it has reduced my restlessness, and it has given me a consistent way to take pressure off my lower back. If you share a bed and you want independent control, if you have light snoring that improves with a small head lift, or if you want help easing into sleep without extra accessories, this fits that brief well. If you are sensitive to vibration noise or you want a minimal look, the massage at high speed and the industrial style might be drawbacks. For me, the comfort and the control win out, and the longer I use it, the more it fades into the background as part of a steady, predictable routine. I'll leave the details about the adjustable 2TXL bed base split king in the comments for you to check out. See you in the next video.